Hey, secured entrepreneurs. It's like 10 minutes to 3 a.m. right now. But this party got started about 15 minutes ago. Okay. Woo! What morning is this? I think it's Wednesday morning. And I want to thank all of the secured entrepreneurs who really enjoyed the last 3 a.m. shenanigans where we discussed the financial sorcery. And so many of you emailed. I want to thank you for emailing. Please continue to do so at info@AurorahDayConsulting.com. And you were saying you started looking up Jason Miller and you realized that he had a lot of good books out there and you were getting financial sorcery. So I'm glad that everybody's expanding. Now, in today's video, all of these secured entrepreneurs who are really, really deep diving into metaphysics, you've been studying metaphysics for a few years now, for a long time, you're going to love this book that we're going to get into today. It's a little juicy. But let's go ahead and let's open up the morning because I have to do it. Okay? Today is a new day. And I command this day to line up in my favor mentally, emotionally, physically, financially, spiritually, as I announce my superpowers to the world. Come on, let's get into the creed.
Repeat after me. Today is a new day, and I command this day to rise up and meet me mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, and financially, as I announce my superpowers to the world. I am grateful and full of determination. I am consistent with myself and my business. I am extremely successful. I am a powerful, forward-thinking business owner. I am easily attracting my ideal customers and clients. I provide products and services that people want and need. I easily attract an abundance of sales. My income is consistently increasing. I am a multi-millionaire. I am abundantly wealthy. I am committed to my goals, and I am disconnected from strategies that do not work. I am respected and revered by my peers. I am a secured entrepreneur. I am generating, protecting, and multiplying large amounts of money daily. I am a massive wealth builder, and I am making a global impact. I am blessed with abundant increase of favors. My name is famous and distinguished. I am enjoying lucrative joint venture opportunities purposely designed to prosper me. I am getting richer and richer by the day. I am experiencing supernatural progress and prosperity. I am daily implementing prosperous business strategies. I am a leader and I create meaningful business opportunities for myself and others. My business allows me to live the lifestyle that I desire. And I am experiencing an overflow of wealth, excellent health, love, and happiness.
And that's how we do it. That's how we do it, right? In this video, the 7 occult money rituals. Let's get into the 3 a.m. shenanigans. All right, so to start, I just want to say to individuals who may be visiting us here in the Secured Entrepreneur Movement for the first time that we don't discriminate against anyone's spiritual beliefs, their religious beliefs, whatever you believe. We are open to hearing it, listening to it, talking about it. And as I state all the time, that when you study world religions and how people have their spiritual practices, you find out that we're all getting the same lesson, just in a different way. And so I don't want you to be afraid of the word occult, because all that means is supernatural or mystical. Okay, so that's what that means. Now, I really like the way the author has done this book. He's really simple. So he gives you an introduction, and then he comes on with the first ritual, which is the rejection of personal poverty. And I was like, wow, this is so good for him to start out with the rejection of personal poverty, because so many people are raised in environments where there was never enough. And so you heard things like money doesn't grow on trees. What do you think I'm made out of money? And you were told what you couldn't get, what you couldn't have, what you wasn't going to get. You know what I'm saying? Because it just was not enough. And so you live with this whole lack mentality. And I meet a lot of people who actually reject themselves, okay, in so many ways because of the impoverished mindset that they have been living with for such a long period of time. So the very first ritual, and let me just say this too, that when you get to look at this book, he teaches you how to perform the ritual, how to do the ritual. And one of the other things that I really love about the way he has things laid out is that anybody who's a law of attraction follower, all of the Christians, all of the Muslims, okay, all of the Buddhists will appreciate how he's explaining to you how to really go within and begin to reprogram your mind to begin to release yourself from the blocks, from your own thought processes that are your lower vibrations, okay, that will continue to be self-defeating in your efforts to have success in your life, success in your business, okay. These are the enemy that are holding you captive, okay. So he starts out with the ritual to reject personal poverty. Let me read some of that to you all, okay. This ritual alone can make money flow to you from unexpected places. Might be $1 here and there, might be something totally unexpected, might be nothing yet. Let it be whatever it will be. And remember that right now you're cultivating a powerful patience and hooking up to financial magical technology. The fact that you're going to do this ritual for quite a few days without actually expecting money to turn up is such a powerful move. It's strategy that shocks your reality. Here you are, ready to do money magic, and you perform a ritual that might not even make money turn up. This act of magical trust, of getting into the flow of magic, is one of the most powerful things you can do. But I'll stop going on about it and let you do your magic. The ritual comes in 2 parts. One is empowerment and the other is diffusion. You charge the ritual and then you let its energy spread out into your reality. You can start this ritual on one day of any month without any concern about astrological timing. If you want to time the ritual according to astrological dates, you can begin the diffusion part of the ritual on a Thursday evening on or shortly after a new moon. Now, I want to tell the Secure Entrepreneurs this. Remember, if you watch the financial sorcery video, Miss Aurorah told you that Jupiter is her ruling planet. So I'm going by planetary hours. So I would always start things on a Thursday, okay, in the hour of Jupiter, because that's when I'm going to have the best results for my intentions, okay? So when I read this, I said, okay, this makes a whole lot of sense to me, because Jupiter is what we call Santa Claus, right? So if you want to get something done, you already know that you're going to appeal to Jupiter, okay? And let's not take that out of context, people who really are not with this. Let's just be open-minded, okay? And newsflash, we just had a new moon on the 27th, okay? I think that was Sunday. We just had a new moon. So this Thursday would be the appropriate day to begin to set these intentions, to begin to do this inner spiritual work, because that's all that this is. And we know it. We know that these things are called rituals, just like when you brush your teeth, take a shower, eat at a certain time of the day. These are all rituals, okay? So let's not get freaked out by that, right? Okay, let's go on. I would only do this if it was convenient, as I think the astrological influences are forces that can assist rather than barriers to magic. If you have no interest in astrology, do the ritual whenever you want. It hardly makes any difference at all. For the empowerment phase of the ritual, you'll need a candle, any size, any color, but don't get one that's too huge, or the ritual will take weeks rather than days. A candle is a lump of grease with a piece of string through the middle. That's all. Only through an act of magic do you make it magical. So any candle will do. Green, blue, black, whatever you want. I use ordinary white candles. That's what I suggest you do. But use whatever you like. Some people get all uptight about candle colors and how they correspond to certain planets or energies. If you're heavily into these correspondences, go ahead and use them. Green and blue are popular for money. But don't let this sort of thing restrict you. And if you've never even heard of these correspondences, lucky you can ignore them. This ritual is about rejecting your personal poverty. If you consider yourself wealthy already, why are you reading this book? I assume that on some level you feel poverty or fear it. Even if you're doing okay, making a good living, there is a sense of lack, of money missing from your life. This is what I mean by personal poverty. You may actually be so poor that you're taking regular trips to the food bank, or you may run your own company and want to break through to the next level of success. In magical terms, whatever you lack is poverty. You can wither that poverty away through the symbolism of the candle. All right, and then he goes on to share exactly how you would then perform this ritual, how you would then begin to release yourself of the personal poverty, where you begin to reject the personal poverty. So what does he say? The first step is to empower the candle, to make it a ritualistic object. You fill the candle with feelings of wealth, with the reality of wealth. And then as it burns and turns to heat, light, and nothingness, that wealth spreads out into your world, into your natural self and your way of living. This is so juicy. Instead of trying to have positive thoughts or trying to shut out negative thoughts, you create a powerful magical object that is filled with the sensation of wealth, and then you transform it from the real and physical to the invisible. Burning the candle is a way of making your magical object disappear from the real world and appear in the astral plane. The thoughts and feelings that have blessed your candle are transformed into the alchemical ether. Okay, I done told you I don't need to read in the dark like this, but I'm gonna make it. Okay, so that's ritual number one. And then he gets into all of the things that you really need to be doing for your psyche, for yourself, okay, as you believe and know that you are changing your reality, that you are releasing yourself from the poverty thought processes that you've had maybe all of your life, from the experiences that you have had with poverty. Like he said, when you feel like you're without something, that's poverty. That's the spirit of poverty leaking in your world, okay? So you have to start doing the things that this individual is suggesting, okay, to begin to reject that. And it would be something that you would do many times. This is not going to be a one-day thing. Just like forgiveness, it's a process. You know what I'm saying? So that's ritual number one. All right, now the second ritual, now it's starting to get a little deep. Okay, because this one is concerning Angel Metatron. Okay, and how many of the secured entrepreneurs have studied Metatron, Angel Metatron, and the tenets of Metatron? Well, this is to release financial desperation. So this ritual is the opening of financial growth, because so many people, so many entrepreneurs, you're desperate because maybe you haven't made money all month, and now you're trying to hook a fish, and you're doing things out of desperation. People know that you're desperate. You're sounding desperate. How they can feel your desperation, okay? And then they're like, we don't want to do business with you. We can't do it. We can't trust that, okay? So you want to open yourself to financial growth. Let's see what he says. The second ritual will remove or lessen your financial desperation, which opens you up to financial growth. You will let go of the urgent need. This might sound like the opposite of what you want, but don't worry. This does not mean your real needs will vanish, and you won't lose your motivation. All you lose is damaging desperation, which clogs the mechanisms of magic. When desperation is removed, money flows. You will have bills to pay and financial needs, but this ritual will put you in the same mindset as the rich. You do not find rich people suffering from the intense pain of financial desperation. It is not a part of their reality, and it should not be a part of yours. As the desperation is relieved, so you open up a space in your reality for a new level of financial success. If you do this all by yourself, it's a lot of effort, and it takes willpower and imagination. To make it easier, you work with angelic names, which act as power words. That puts energy into the work for you. Angels are most effective in magic when they are asked to make a change in your feelings. You're not asking for great riches. You're just asking for the angel to change how you feel. And angels are very obliging when it comes to this. This ritual contains a sequence of names for the angel Metatron. These angelic names are taken from an ancient collection of manuscripts known as Merkava Rabbah. If you want to do your own academic research, look at MS OXF, which is Oxford, 1531. But there is no need to do any research, as the names are provided here with their correct pronunciation. The angels you call on are Margio Ariel, Tanariel, Kapathiel, Ahawiziel, Sasa Nagaria, Pasa Kiawan, and Sakna Adia. It is said that these are all alternative names for the great Archangel Metatron. This is why you will see each angel called as Metatron. Okay, now, I will tell you, I learned some super stuff when I was in Israel, as it relates to these names, because many of our Christian friends, okay, studied the Hebraic rituals, and they call out many names. And in fact, he's going to show you on the next page what the names look like in Hebrew. Okay, so let's go on. Okay, the reason for this is that archangels such as Metatron have many names, and these names have different applications and powers. The Archangel Metatron is such a mighty angel that simply calling to Metatron directly can be fruitless. By using one of the lesser names, you are heard by the correct facet of the Archangel. This is one of the great keys to effective magic. And here you have been provided with the names of Metatron that are associated with the flow of plenty. In Hebrew, these names look like this. Look at this. Look at this. How many of the secured entrepreneurs can read Hebrew? I remember when I was on the plane, this man was, well, I met many people who were reading books in Hebrew, and it went from right to left, I think it was, and we do left to right, but theirs went left to right to left. It was very interesting. Okay, and so to get into all of these names, you're going to be very fascinated at doing so. Okay, he says that pronunciation is easier than it looks, but take some time to speak these words until they are easy to say. The following pronunciations use capital letters to show the phonetic pronunciation. So you see here where he's got Metatron is pronounced as Metatron. Met is the word met, is the word which sounds like the in father. Tron is like the tron sound in astronaut. Okay, so then you see here where he's getting into all of the pronunciations. Okay, he's showing you how to pronounce each name. Okay, and now he's telling you in the ritual you will call, and he's telling you, say all the names, who is Metatron. Okay, all right, now you see he's telling you exactly how to perform this ritual. Okay, so I think that many of you will enjoy this, especially if you are avid meditators. Okay, because you see he's saying, I call on the golden light. Let the imagined light within you turn white and then fade away, and the ritual is complete. You can get on with your normal life. You will notice that in this ritual you make no requests for money. You ask for nothing specific, and you make a quite abstract call to the mighty archangel. Your call is about light, not money. This is because the work is done for you by the form and shape and content of the ritual. The golden light and the choice of names opens you to financial growth by quelling desperate feelings. Repeat this ritual once a day at any time of day for 11 days. You are free to use it more than that if you feel blocked or restricted when it comes to finance. So see, that's why I think a lot of people would really appreciate this ritual, because as I'm stating, it's a process to really deliver yourself from the financial desperation. And not only that, but some people have a fear of success. They know that they need to make money. They know that they need to provide for themselves. They know that they want things. But when that time comes, it's always something that either they're not ready, they talk themselves out of, having the opportunity. They come up with every excuse and reason why they can't do it and all that. It's ridiculous. So you see where he's telling you that for 11 days, start taking yourself through this practice. And I will say this, that when you start, talking to your heavenly staff, okay, your team, the real team, all right, you're going to see what people would say are miracles. But when you're in this light and you make this a habit in your life, you will come to know that it's not really a miracle at all. It's the things that you are entitled to. It's the things that are supposed to be happening to you when you are on the right path. Okay, the third ritual, which I think is so good, is the ritual to break through financial barriers. And what Henry is talking about, because the author is Henry Archer, and I like Henry, okay? And what he's talking, Henry is very magical. And what he's talking about is how you have spiritual and emotional blockages that keep wealth from coming to you. And OM to the G, is that not the God's honest truth? I mean, generations of people have real, and Jason Miller told us, in Financial Sorcery that, as soon as you start coming up, you got people, your own family members, people that you're married to, okay, really don't appreciate that you're changing, that you're becoming someone that they can never see themselves as being. So now they're putting their emotional baggage on you. Everything, how you're connected to people, okay? And so when you meet people, they're coming with spirits, all right? And some of their emotions and their spirits want to block you, want to get you all up in your emotions, okay? Want to start messing with your wealth and the things that you are desiring in your heart. And doesn't the Most High tell you He's going to give you the desires of your heart? Well, you mess that whole thing up, having, jibber jabber emotions, jacked up emotions, okay? So let's hear what he says. The third ritual is designed to remove the emotional and spiritual blockages that prevent wealth from coming to you. Whatever you think you believe about money, you are probably wrong. Whether you love it or hate it, you have years and years of tutoring from parents, the media, friends, and family, all telling you what money is and how it affects you, your experience of money, the pleasure you take from money. That has been overshadowed by the endless programming of outside beliefs. On some level, you may fear money, hate money, feel guilty about money, or feel that you don't deserve. Or you may feel so entitled to money that you never actually connect with financial reality. Whatever blockages have stopped money from coming to you easily, this ritual will hone in on them and ease them from your subconscious. You may be tempted to ignore this ritual, feeling you are quite ready for money. But the real power of this ritual is that it looks deeper than you can. It calls on angelic forces to find that which is financially dark within you and bring illumination. Your subconscious is lit up and cleansed in line with your new conscious decision to accept more money in your life. This is an intensely powerful and transformative ritual. How many of the secured entrepreneurs are ready to accept more money in their lives? Okay, I know one thing. King David loves his treats. Oh God. Let's go on. The magic in this ritual works with angels from the Gnostic tradition and a technique for breaking the habits of reality. In lots of magic, you call on 4 archangels: Michael, Gabriel, Uriel, and Raphael. How many of y'all know that's the doggone truth? And you imagine them standing in the 4 cardinal directions. That is north, south, east, and west. And how many of the secure entrepreneurs, when you begin your prayer time, I know Miss Aurorah says this, I call on all the holy angels from the north, the east, the south, and the west. That's really what he's saying, that if you already are accustomed to the understanding that you must call on the holy angels of the north, the east, the south, and the west to come and assist you, protect you while you're praying, and all of that, this ritual is really going to resonate with you. This is so deeply ingrained in magic that it has power. But when you use something similar with a twist and a change, you cause a beautiful disruption of reality. In this ritual, you call 4 angels to those quarters or directions, but then you look at the space between those directions. You turn to face the space between the angels, the directions that are usually missed, and let in the light. And here are the 4 angels. The 4 angels you call on are LL Ethel, Armozel, Oreal, and Davedi. These names are pronounced like this, so he's showing you how to pronounce the names. Then he says, take a few minutes to practice these pronunciations, but you should know that they do not need to be accurate. The names appear with many variations throughout the Gnostic texts. Armozel can be Harmozel, Harmozi, and even Armogen. All these work. So that proves that you don't need to worry about being too accurate. Calling out names that sound approximately right in combination makes the angels very much aware that you are calling them. Face north, standing up, and for this part of the ritual, you continue to face north. You can close your eyes if the view is distracting. You say LLFL before me. At my back, Armozel. On my right, Aurorah. To my left, Davedi. Okay. So he's getting into now how you begin this ritual. It's very, as you can see here, he's telling you, now you make a turn physically clockwise, okay? He's telling you exactly what to do, all right? And then he also tells you how to close the ritual. So to close the ritual, face north, and without picturing anything, simply repeat the angelic names. So he's telling you repeat those names. Know that the ritual is over and that you have been cleansed of emotional blockages. Perform this at any time of day for 3 days, on one after the other. So for 3 consecutive days. If you still feel that you have blockages or emotional issues, you can repeat this from time to time as needed. So Ms. Aurorah will tell you, he's telling you can start this on any day, but I'm going with Thursday. However, if you know what your ruling planet is for this particular ritual, you may want to start on the day that your ruling planet is favored. Okay, so if that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you know what I'm saying? I would do it on Thursday. Okay, so be mindful of that. But I think that this ritual is really good if in fact you know you are living in close quarters with people who are consistently trying to block your blessings. You know, you got family members, you even have children that are so I don't want to use the word envious, but there's another word that they have a disdain for your zeal. Okay, they have a disdain for your eagerness, your ambition, your vision. They have a disdain for it. They don't like it, and you're living around people like that. You are being blocked. Okay, so I think that this particular ritual is really, really good for those of you who know that you've got some things that have come against you that are still trying to stand in your way. This would be very good for you to begin to practice. And when he tells you 3 days, okay, he's telling you that you can continue it. But, you know, be mindful of when you would start again, because this is something that you really want to begin to put all of your person into, because, again, it's about self-delivery. Okay, let's move on to the fourth ritual. All right, the fourth ritual is a petition for riches. Now, this one, Miss Aurorah was really attracted to because, again, it's all about Jupiter, and we also known as Hove or Jove. Okay, remember, there was a feud between a very popular rapper and an R&B singer one time, and one was offended that the other actually was calling himself Hove. He was actually calling himself Hove. And the particular R&B singer was like, some nerve that he would call himself Hove. Well, those of us who are enlightened understood why, yes, he's calling himself Hove. Number one, first of all, he and I share the same birth date. Okay? And his ruling planet is Hove. So basically, he's saying Hove. He's calling on Hove. Okay, and he's the billionaire that he is today because he found some stuff out. Now, didn't he? Okay, so let's get into this, because where's all my Sagittarians? Okay, I had a brother tell me it's not Sagittarian, it's Sagittarian. Listen, man, if you want to say Sagittarians, you go on with your bad self. I'll say Sagittarius. I'll say Sagittarian. My homeboy calls me Sag Roni. Okay, but yeah, Hove. Okay, now. When it comes to money magic, you hear a lot about Jupiter, a god also known as Hove. There are many ways to petition this god, and the power of Jupiter is real. It's real, folks. This may feel strange if you have a belief system that doesn't include the Roman god Jupiter, but that's one of the things about occultism. You can borrow from all kinds of beliefs and still get the most outstanding results. Whatever you believe, if you perform this ritual, knowing that the magical energy of Jupiter is real, you will get results. Jupiter is connected to a feeling of joyful increase or expansion of what you have, and by association is considered a great god of wealth. This ritual is an overall petition for riches. You ask for wealth just once, but you do so with great conviction and a firm belief that you deserve to get more money. The working empowers all that you do to increase wealth and shifts fortune in your favor. You can say Jupiter or Hove when working this ritual, but I have found that the best pronunciation is definitely Jupiter. Jupiter. This is based on one of the Latin pronunciations of Jupiter and leads to a strong connection with the god of thunderous change. This is why we all love Marvel comics. I'm telling you, it's because of Thor. But I'm not going to. Everybody knows that Miss Aurorah is a huge Thor fan. Hello. There are many astrological considerations that can be observed when it comes to working with Jupiter. But you don't need to be too concerned with the fine details. All you need to know is that you can perform the ritual on any Thursday that falls between a new moon and a full moon. Again, Secured Entrepreneurs, we had the full moon on Sunday. If you were interested in this ritual, it would be tomorrow, because today's Wednesday, right? It would be tomorrow. Okay. Wherever you are in the world, you can perform at any time of day or night. Some people prefer to work during the planetary hours of Jupiter. Miss Aurorah does. I do not believe this is necessary, but if you feel the urge, use an online calculator, there are many, to find the planetary hours for Jupiter for your particular Thursday. I make this suggestion because the only alternative is to provide complex calendars and calculation systems, which will most likely lead to errors and doubt and take your focus away from the energy of the magic. Okay, now he's going to get into the beginning of this ritual. Are you ready? The ritual begins with this call. By the power of El, I call on thee, Iophiel. By the power of Io, I call on thee, Asaciel. By the power of IHVH, I call on thee, Zachiel. O great Jupiter, God of thunder, I call on thee. Okay, and then he says, the names used in this ritual are pronounced as follows. So then he starts telling you how to pronounce the names, okay? So let's go down here and get into this. Begin by picturing yourself outside in a misty place where fog conceals anything other than the grass around your feet. Say, by the power of El, I call on thee, Iophiel. Picture the sun rising, and as it rises, the fog clears, and you are standing on a grassy plain in a mountainous land. Say, by the power of Io, I call on thee, Asaciel. Imagine the sun sinking below the mountains as the first stars appear in a brilliant blue sky. It is not yet dark, and a cold wind blows from the mountains. Say, by the power of IHVH, I call on thee, Zachiel. Darkness comes, but not from the fading sun. It comes from storm clouds. Thick, dark clouds roll in from the horizon at all sides, obscuring the stars. There is the smell of rain, though no rain has fallen. Say, O great Jupiter, God of thunder, I call on thee. The sky flickers with lightning, always distant, with a long pause before the thunder rolls in. It begins to rain, and you turn your face upward to the heavens. As you imagine this, you may wish to have your eyes closed and actually move your head to look upward. You ask nothing more, but know that you seek the power of prosperity. Know that Jupiter can give this power to you. In your imagination, there is only the darkness of rolling clouds above, but then you picture the brightest blue lightning striking directly from above and passing through your body into earth. Know that you have been touched by the god Jupiter, that his power has passed through you, connecting heaven to earth. In your imagination, let calm and darkness come. There is no formal end to the ritual. You do not dismiss the angels, give thanks, or end the ritual as is normal. Instead, you sit or stand for a while until the feeling of magic and the intensity of the ritual wears away. And then you move away from the place where you perform the ritual and do your best to forget about it. Let the magic work its way through your life as and when it will. I actually really like this particular ritual. I really do. And Miss Aurorah will tell you that you will have a desired result. Of course, it's going to be different for everybody, but you will begin to notice things will things will happen quickly. Things will happen with ease. I don't want to say too much about that, and I got all riled up about the whole thing because you heard in a majority of his music, you hear him say "Hove, Hove." Okay, you heard it, right? And when that feud happened, I was just like, I can't understand. And then it was later on that I realized that the R&B artist has so many deeply embedded, rooted issues and just not so good that he probably would have truly been offended by someone who actually knew who they were, who tapped in and was going to go much further than anybody probably ever originally thought. But that's what it takes when you are setting out to master yourself. It's self-mastery, all right? Let's get into the next ritual. On to the G. All right, the fifth ritual is to attract a sum of money. This is not Miss Aurora's favorite ritual. Okay, because as I told the secured entrepreneurs when we went over the financial sorcery, sigils do not work for Miss Aurorah in this lifetime. I actually tried this thing when I was working with the financial sorcery, and I was like, oh, these sigils look so beautiful. Let me see. No. Okay. So, but I do believe that whomever actually can work with sigils in this lifetime, this is a simple ritual that actually might work. So whatever secured entrepreneur actually tries this, please let us all know here in the secured entrepreneur movement that you did it and it worked for you. Okay, remember, this is the 7 Occult, something, money, magic, financial something, Henry Archer. Listen, it's like 20 minutes after 3 a.m., all right? Cut a tenderoni some slack. Okay, let's get into the 5th ritual. The 5th working is designed to attract a specific sum of money, to solve a problem or fulfill a desire. Use this when something comes up, something that currently feels unaffordable. You may need to pay a debt, help somebody out, buy a new phone, whatever the desire is. If it comes up when you weren't expecting it and you feel the need for an extra burst of money, this is the ritual that can solve the problem. Magic works in many ways, and sometimes it may give you a result that's not quite what you expect, like a greater credit limit or a loan from a relative. If that happens, it means you asked for more than was available to you in your current circumstance. Okay, let me say something right here, because I thought that he hit on something. Old Henry hit on something very profound there, because we all have a capacity based upon your own limitations, the limitations that you put on yourself. So if you feel unlimited, when it is that you begin to affirm yourself, like we affirmed at the beginning of the video, you start letting yourself know, this is the program today, bruh. This is it, right? You are limitless. You are ready. When you call some stuff in, it ain't gonna be no knick-knack, paddywhack, give this puppy a bone. This is gonna be the blessing that pours out that you couldn't even imagine, and it's too much for you to even hold. That's what the scripture tells us, okay? So you are your only limitation. So I thought that was very profound that he would say your circumstances, okay? Let's go on. Mostly, though, this ritual can and will bring what you ask for, so long as you don't ask for ridiculous amounts. When you're doing magic, it's tempting to think that the powers are so great, you may as well ask for $10,000. Look back to what was written in the earlier part of the book. The first 4 rituals are the ones that bring the big changes, and they will work slowly and surprisingly. This ritual and the next 2 are used to top up and solve problems in short term. They do work best when you've done the first 4 rituals. That's important, but they are not in the same league. If you try to make tens of thousands, don't blame me when it doesn't work. If you have a real need for $1,000 or $50 or $695, then this magic has a very good chance of helping you. Now let Miss Aurorah show you these sigils. Okay, you see, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look. Oh. So you're supposed to draw these sigils. Here we go. And you see one is Jupiter up there, because this looks very much like some of the ones that were in the financial sorcery, right? So also write the amount you wish to receive on both pieces of paper. So you're supposed to put these on a piece of paper. It might look like this. So he's showing you what it looks like. For reasons to be explained later, you may wish to draw using blue food dye. Read the full ritual to understand this before proceeding. So he's telling you, you got to read the full ritual. Then if you intend to ask for a specific amount of money, you're going to use these sigils, and he tells you what to do with it. Let's move on to ritual number 6. All right. I actually like ritual number 6. This ritual is so good for entrepreneurs and people who are self-employed, people who are desiring to do their own thing, because this ritual is about increasing wages. For, this is a petition to increase wages. Okay, so let's hear what he says. The 6th working should be used when you hope to get a pay raise, or if you are self-employed, to see an increase in sales or income. The ritual is very brief, but should be carried out once a day for 11 days. Please follow all of the instructions, as the psychological aspect of the ritual is as important as the words you say. The chants used in this ritual connect you to angelic powers, which open up your connection to change and opportunity. Read that sentence again and see what it means. Money will not fall into your lap, but opportunity will. This means that you should actively look for opportunities to increase your pay, sales, or income. When you see those opportunities, act on them and you will be rewarded. Ignore them and nothing will happen. The angelic names used in the ritual are Clamia, Asimor, and Malkiel. In Hebrew, they look like this. Look, he's showing you that. All right. And he says, spend some time looking at these Hebrew versions of the names before you first work the ritual. But after that, you only need to know their pronunciation, and you do not need to refer back to the letters above. He then tells you where the names originate. And as you can see here, he breaks down the names. Okay. And he tells you exactly what to do. He tells you what you should be expecting as you work this ritual. And I think it's a good ritual for entrepreneurs and self-employed people, if in fact you feel like you need to begin to help yourself in ways that you couldn't do otherwise. Okay. I like this. I like Ritual 6 for people who really just need to start working on their spirituality, to start asking for the vested power within to rise. If you know that the scripture says that the Most High has given us the power to get wealth, right? And so if you've been mediocre and you know you need the power to get wealth, the power that's been vested within you to get wealth to rise, I think that the 6th ritual is something really nice for you to start working with. And don't be dilly-dally about it. Really, again, it's the law of attraction again and again. It's just now you're using your angelic staff to really, what they say, put the nail in the coffin, right? Okay. I don't think that's a good analogy. Listen, it's going on 3:30 in the morning. Okay. Ritual number 7. I actually like ritual number 7. Let's get into it. All right. The last ritual is to improve luck. How many of the secured entrepreneurs are always, wanting to have some luck at some time, somewhere with something? Okay. So the ritual number 7 is to improve luck. This ritual increases your luck in games of chance, including lotteries, card games, and any form of gambling. This ritual is for Sammy. Sammy swears up and down that one day he is going to win the lottery. I know several people who are they really believe that they're going to win the lottery, and they actually play diligently. And then I've met many people who actually win the lottery many, many, many times. It's like they just have this, I don't know what it is, but the moment they do a scratch off, they don't want some money. I have met many people like this, okay? And I don't know if, how they say luck is just on this person's side. So if you don't feel like luck is on your side, but you like games of chance, ritual number 7 is for you. Let's go on. This is not the best way to get rich, but if you like gambling, you'll get better results. Seriously, gambling is not for the wise, but we can't be wise all the time, and gambling is fun. If you do it for fun, rather than desperately needed profit, you can enjoy yourself. If you're willing to go in with that attitude, use this ritual. You aren't going to win millions or be a winner every time. This is gambling after all, but your luck will improve. Use the ritual immediately before the act of gambling. If you're buying a lottery ticket, use the ritual just before picking your numbers. If you always use the same numbers, use it just before you buy those numbers. If you play poker, use the ritual immediately before the game. It isn't always practical to do this, but if you can perform the ritual no more than an hour before your gambling begins, that is ideal, okay? The angels in this ritual are found in, Lord help me pronounce this, Shorshe Ha-Shemat. And you can see their Hebrew names in the sigil, but you do not need to speak them out loud. The only chant you need is E-L. Okay, I want to inject something there. Because a lot of people, if you haven't really studied religions, if you haven't really studied, if you're a Christian and you read the Bible and you don't understand that El was the name given to their creator, their God. In the Hebrew Bible, it says that Elohim, which means shiny ones or shiny beings, which is plural. It was never singular. Okay, so the one God thing, man came up with that for his own reasons. Okay, but Elohim is a group. Okay, and one of the lines in Lil Wayne's songs that I really like, he said, "I got so many styles, I am a group." I love Lil Wayne, but that's Elohim. That is plural, right? So so all these angels in with El, that these are the conduits of the Creator. I could really get into this, but we're almost done. Okay, let me go on. When you feel calm, look at the white space in the sigil. As you do, chant E-L. You should chant this out loud unless impossible, in which case imagine the word in your mind and continue for at least 1 minute. As you chant, you should feel that you are surrounded by an aura of silver light so that anybody who sees you will see this shimmer of silver. That is all you need to do. Give no thought to the gambling itself. Perform the ritual as it's described and then go gambling. The sigil looks like this. Now look at this sigil. And I told y'all, sigils don't work for Miss Aurorah, right? So you're supposed to be looking at this sigil and saying this chant. I do believe that this works. I do believe that ritual number 7 will work for anyone who can work a sigil in this lifetime. I do believe it. I only really believe it is because the angels are assisting you. So this is part your intention, your heart's desire, your real intention, your most sincere intention to allow your heavenly staff to pour into you, to fill you, and Miss Aurorah always asks for wisdom when it comes to things, because wisdom is a spirit, and I always let wisdom know that I'm at her gate and I'm looking for my downloads. Okay, so when you get into your spiritual practices, you will see and just know that many people that we see who are severely successful, if you ever talk to them about their spiritual practices, it's very real. Okay, because there is a force, okay, that is within you, but for most people it lays dormant. As we can see, some people, they find themselves, they know exactly what they're here to do, they start doing it, okay, but those people have support. Most of these people that you're seeing who are very successful, they have a lot of support. They came with the scripture says we entertain angels unaware. These were the group of people that they came here with, who came to nurture those people, to guide them into exactly what it is that they needed to be doing in this lifetime, how they were going to go about doing it, helping them with their spirituality, things of that nature, that everything that they needed began to, the path just seemed to line up for people. And it's not because they didn't go through any trials or tribulations or hardships or broken hearts and all that. So we're going to have the human experience, okay? But your spirituality is going to play a large part in how your business grows, how your empire grows, how the dreams and the visions that are placed within you are actually going to come to fruition. So Ms. Aurorah does the 3 a.m. shenanigans to talk about, spirituality, because that's a large part of your success in life, your success with your business, your success with other people, okay? And we know that to be true. So that's all Miss Aurorah wants to share in this 3 a.m. shenanigans video. You already know you can find me, Miss Aurorah Dey, at AurorahDayConsulting.com. And until next time, ta-ta.